The clock on the wall of Page and Brew, the little bookstore cafe where I worked, ticked toward 9 o'clock. Closing time. The lamps cast their warm golden glow on the shelves, and the air carried that faint, familiar mix of coffee and old paper. I loved working here, but I also loved the quiet that came after the last customer left. Most nights, the store was nearly empty by 8:30. I'd sweep the floor, straighten the displays, and sip whatever coffee was left in the pot. That night, I was already dreaming of going home, putting on my pajamas, and sinking into the couch with a book. That's when the bell above the door jingled. I glanced up, my hands tightening around the broom. A man stepped in, shaking the cold night air from his coat. "We're just about to close," I called automatically, trying not to sound impatient. I know, he said, a little breathless. "I promise I'll be quick. I just need to find something." There was something in his tone, urgent, almost desperate, that stopped me from sending him away. Most last-minute customers came in looking for a snack or coffee. But this felt different. "What are you looking for?" I asked. He hesitated, scanning the shelves like he wasn't sure where to start. Then he said, "A book. But not just any book." I set the broom aside. "What's the title?" He pulled a folded piece of paper from his pocket, smoothing it out with trembling hands. "The Starry Path" by Lillian Gray. "Do you have it?" I blinked. That was an old children's book, out of print for years. "That's not easy to find." "Why that one?" He looked down, his voice soft. "It was my daughter's favorite. I lost my copy years ago, and, well, she asked me about it tonight. I thought maybe I could surprise her." Something in his eyes, that mix of hope and worry, stirred something in me. "I might be able to help," I said. We moved through the aisles together, our footsteps soft on the creaking wooden floor. I knew the shop well. Every nook, every hidden shelf. If we had the Starry Path, it would be in the children's section near the back. "Do you always come looking for rare books at closing time?" I teased gently, trying to ease the tension. He gave a sheepish smile. "Not usually. I was stuck at work late. Honestly, I almost didn't come. But something told me I should try." We reached the children's shelf. My fingers skimmed over colorful spines, searching for that familiar navy blue cover. And then there it was, wedged between two newer titles, as though waiting. I pulled it out, brushing off the dust. His eyes widened. "You're kidding." "Here it is," I said softly, holding it out. He took the book carefully, like it was made of glass. He flipped it open, scanning the pages. "She used to fall asleep while I read this to her," he murmured. "Page 23 was always her favorite. She said it sounded like a lullaby." He swallowed hard, blinking quickly. "Sorry. Didn't mean to get emotional." "It's okay," I said gently. "Books carry pieces of us. They're not just paper and ink." He looked up, meeting my gaze. Exactly. Normally, I would have ushered him to the register and locked up. But something told me this moment deserved more. "Tell you what," I said. "I still have a fresh pot of coffee. Why don't you sit for a few minutes? The shop's technically closed, but I think we can bend the rules tonight." His surprise melted into gratitude. "Are you sure?" "Positive." So we sat at one of the small wooden tables, steam curling from our cups, the little book resting between us. He introduced himself as Michael Carter, a single dad raising a 10-year-old named Lily. His wife had passed away 3 years earlier, and since then, he'd been doing his best to keep Lily's world steady. "She mentioned the book tonight," he explained, his fingers tracing the cover. "Said she remembered me reading it to her mom, too. I thought maybe bringing it back would make her feel closer to both of us again." I listened, my chest tightening. There was so much love in his voice, and also a weight. The weight of carrying grief and hope all at once. "Do you ever read to her now?" I asked. He smiled faintly. "Every night. Different books, of course. But this one is special." As he spoke, I thought about my own childhood. My dad had read to me every night until I was too old to admit I still liked it. Those moments, those voices in the dark, had shaped me. I realized then why Michael's story touched me so deeply. Books weren't just entertainment. They were threads connecting us across time and memory. The clock struck 10 before we realized how long we'd been talking. "I should let you lock up," Michael said, standing. "Don't worry about it," I replied. This was worth staying late for. He held the book tightly, his expression soft. "Thank you, Emily. You didn't just help me find a book. You helped me bring back a piece of my daughter's childhood." I smiled. Then it was a good night. At the door, he paused. "If you ever want to meet Lily, I think she'd love this place. And maybe I could buy you coffee next time. Return the favor." Something warm bloomed in my chest. "I'd like that." With a final smile, he stepped out into the night, the bell jingling softly behind him. The next week, Michael returned with Lily. She was bright-eyed, clutching the starry path like it was treasure. She ran straight to the children's corner, plopping down with her dad to read. I watched from the counter, heart full. That night reminded me why I loved this place. Because sometimes, just before closing, when you least expect it, someone walks in carrying a story that changes yours. And that's exactly what happened.